Sorry. Hey everyone. I realized you guys couldn't hear me with that first hey everyone. But hey everyone, welcome to the SmackDown watch along. First watch along of the week, which sorry about that. Wasn't intentional to miss out on quite literally every watch along, but it is what it is. Not much I could do about it. But if everyone will give me just a minute, I will be good to go. Cutting it a little close here. I'm actually editing tomorrow's LAW event right now, so I just need to. I'm literally putting the last theme in place, and then I will be good to go. So. Cool. Okay, now I got that going out. Hey, Pierre. Welcome to the stream. Let me do this. Ooh. Okay, and then Ray has sent me something here. All right, let's see. Oh shit, Jey Uso's on SmackDown. Man, we got Salty Drew. I'm excited to see where that goes. Hey, Zach. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I'm getting everything set up here. I have to do all the website stuff for the week today. I haven't done any of it yet. So like I've got full on title renders to make. Yeah, what a SmackDown, man. Ray fucking killed it. Just absolutely killed it with his first SmackDown. Weird how okay, so this is odd. Um my ear has been ringing for the last like 20 minutes. That's not what was odd though. Um that's just kind of something that happens. I might need to pop it. But anyway, yeah, a lot to talk about from this week. I would have loved to have talked about more of it throughout the week on other watch alongs, but Monday, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Monday, I was just in a really bad place mentally. Like, I was not fit for streaming on Monday. Tuesday, God, what happened on Tuesday? I can't even remember what was going on Tuesday. But I was like, oh, I was behind on recording because I didn't record it all on Monday either. And then Wednesday, I don't do Dynamite watch alongs. And then yesterday, I was out at fireworks with my family. Excited for the Money in the Bank is tomorrow. Gonna have a lot of fun with that. Double watch along weekend. We got Money in the Bank tomorrow and Heat Wave on Sunday. Oh, here's LA Knight. Let's see. Um, Personally, I think it's either Jay, Drew, or Mello that win the case tomorrow. Personally, kind of want Mello. I'm gonna say Drew. That's kind of where my fit. I'm going bold and thinking LA Knight has a shot. I think he's got an outside chance. Zach says GM Seth Rollins. That's weird to say. Zach, you were asking us to do GM Seth Rollins in season one. Like, we were doing a stream at the end of season one where I was like, yeah, we're going to have GM soon. And you were like, can Rollins please be the GM and a wrestler? I remember that so distinctly. But yeah, Rollins is the new temporary GM of SmackDown until he is healed up. And Ray says, not fit for streaming. Title of my first album. Hello, Ray. Pierre says, yeah, Seth as GM should be fun. Oh, yeah, I'm excited to see what Ray's got with that. All right, so I've got so many things to catch up on. Thank you for that comment, Pierre. By the way, I just saw it a few minutes ago. Very kind. All right, so we got open the door, Oos. We got things to do. Open the door, Oos. We got things to do. And those things to do are get 6 episodes, because LAW, worth of win-loss is updated. And roster portraits, which actually, let me go ahead and get those pulled up real quick. Let me get everything I need pulled up real quick. That way I don't accidentally spoil anything, because I've been working on the payback graphics. Championship portraits. New roster renders is already open. And website title history. Where are you at? There you are. Ray says none of you are ready for the drip. I am excited for GM Seth's drip. Okay, so most recent thing I actually did update this, and I believe it's updated on the website as well. Yes. Most recent thing I did was update that Gargano has the old school WWE title now. Oh, we got a Yeet versus Yeah going on. Also, you can see down here is LAW staying alive processing. So, what? The slow sunglasses removal. Oh, and there's Mello. More people with one-word catchphrases. All right. All right. So, I gotta ask, what did we? I'll let you guys watch it just completely without me on screen. Hey, let's let me. What did we think? What did we think of the new intro for Raw this season? TNA hasn't had an intro yet this season because I haven't finished it. I haven't even started it, quite honestly. But all right, first match of the show was Ciampa and Andrade. You'll also see here I went through and painstakingly gave everyone a new season 6-0-0 record, which I'll have something to share about that in a minute too. I didn't give an extra. I didn't put a loss on the total for Andrade there. I caught it already. Had to get used to a new Raw song. Oh, there's Andrade. Oh, Andrade's getting promo time? Hold up. What insightful things will he say? He speaks. Andrade is a solid promo. He is. I'm hoping he gets more and more time to shine now that he's. I'm hoping that now they're finally ready to give him more time to shine because Andrade is so good. Oh boy, DM Hunks here. Was Jerry Rand vaccinated? Yeah, yeah, we'll get to that when we get to NXT. Okay, how you know? That is just such a legendary line. Pop the volume back down so I don't get us in trouble here. And then Joe Casey loses to Corbin. I'll have something pretty cool to announce for members as a new membership thing we're doing later in the stream as well because it affects this weekend actually. Raw will be out early access on Sunday for members. I'll finally we'll be back doing that this week. It's just been 2 straight weeks of premieres, so haven't been able to yet. But it is finally back to business as usual starting on Sunday. There'll be something else on Sunday too for members. Yep, Rip Strike Force as well. Drew is just out here to verbally destroy everybody. My brain just keeps glitching. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. I'm. Ooh! Drew! Drew wasted no time. I went for the throat on that one. Oh shit, everyone's laying each other out. I don't know, man. Jay standing tall, the fact he's on the poster. I just don't feel like tomorrow is a Jay victory. I just feel like it's not a Jay victory tomorrow. Safe to say that after Money in the Bank, Drew is at a snapping point. Like, bro has been at a snapping point for a while. Oh, wait, Drew's laying out Jay. Jay might win tomorrow, man. I don't particularly want Jay to win tomorrow. I like Jey Uso. I don't really think he needs Money in the Bank personally, but I know he's the heavy favorite to win. The main event was Gargano and Aldis. Talking about in universe. Oh, yeah. I guess so. It's all up to Ray from here. All right. So new name wise in the draft. I'm gonna go ahead and do the new names for the draft. I'm gonna don't need this anymore. By the way, this lasted a whole 3 days. So in the draft, I've got a list made for who Raw got in the draft. So hold on just a moment, everybody. So Raw in the draft got Axiom, The Final Testament, Champa, Gacy, Carlito, Chance, Carter, Ridge Holland, The Street Profits, The Sky Pirates, Strike Force, Rip, Jade Cargill, Nick Aldis, Austin Theory, Randy Orton. Okay. So, Akam. Let's see. Just kind of go through one at a time here. Drew, from a hypocritical standpoint, could win it, but then again, it's him, Jay, or Drew. I wouldn't mind LA or Master Gable winning. Honestly, I'm fine with anyone winning the case. Also, chat seems to be a breaking point with the Academy. So it would seem. Roster portraits. WWE. Akam. And I'll do the SmackDown moves and the NXT moves. There's no spoilers on that. That was fine. Okay. Akam. Once this loads, at least, then I'll do it. The website likes to take its sweet time sometimes. Yeah, we'll do all the Raw. Akam and Razor are still cool with Buddy, right? They don't really talk much. It would seem they are. They didn't have any, falling out back in season 2. Let's see. Andrade came to Raw. When I said Drew a second time, I meant Mello. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much good with anyone winning tomorrow as well, which is a nice change with Money in the Bank. It really is. I'm about to sneeze, by the way, so volume warning. Ow. Andrade. I'm very happy to have Andrade on Raw. I have some big plans. I mean, I made him NXT champion immediately when I brought him back. So I don't think anyone should really be terribly shocked that I have plans with Andrade on Raw. On the women's side, CJ Smith says Mello will win. Pierre says on the women's side it's either Tiffy or Chelsea. However, can they co-win it? That would be hilarious. So this is the first year I've had to do this, by the way. This is the first year I've had to do a full website revamp because of the draft. Because before, back in season 4, we were using that spreadsheet. So can't wait to see what Seth says about Dunn and Bate fighting after the match. Yeah, I'm excited for that as well. All right. Go. Angelo Dawkins. Austin Theory. Smaller Winged Eagle is a pretty belt. Yeah, I'm really excited that we've got the Winged Eagle back as well. It was kind of like, well, we're doing the whole thing where we each have a show now, so I might as well just kind of go for it. Also, I believe this is Austin Theory's first run on Raw in the LS11 universe. Well, no, he was there for like 2 or 3 weeks in season 1. And then he went away until season 3 because of all the stuff that happened. All right. Theory and then Axiom. So, quick thing for everybody. As you all saw, the Alpha Academy, Imperium, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and Jey Uso, and there's probably others that I'm not immediately remembering, have all made their way to SmackDown in the draft. Those are not the only names going to SmackDown this season. Um, those are not the only names going to SmackDown. Ray is doing something. Ray is doing it a little differently from me. Ray is doing it a little different from me this year. It's gonna be a little bit more of a slow like trickle in with some of the names. Um, there are more names coming. I will not be spoiling any of them. I will start. I'm not gonna put any of them on the SmackDown roster tonight, other than like mid card and undercard names, more or less. But like I'm not gonna spoil any like main event names heading to SmackDown, for example, because like I'm not gonna do that to Ray. He wouldn't do that to me. I'm not gonna do that to him. Ray says translation. Ray got all the pretty belts, and damn it, I want a pretty belt too. I got the IC title. A lot of people hate on the IC title. I really like the IC title, and I've got the women's world title, which is my favorite belt in WWE right now. But yeah, it was really more so that I wanted to change with the WWE title, and I've talked about using the Winged Eagle for years now, so I just wanted to finally act on it. Just gotta wait for it to load now. Let's see. Carlito is next up on the list. Oh, here we go. Now it's loading. Now it's loading. Whoops. Ah, that's not a spoiler. I like that the white strap IC title a little more, though a redesign is never a bad thing. Yeah, I like the white strap more too, and I'll admit there was actually unless it's a bad redesign, of course. Yeah. Yeah. The US title. Controversial opinion, I'm aware. I prefer the old US title. I just don't like the big champion. Yep, Carlito's on Raw now. I don't even remember how Carlito ended up on Raw. He just kind of did. Like, he was one of the last names we decided on. And it was like, oh, no, I could never. Oh, but I insist. You take him. Oh, but I could never take him from you. Kind of thing. And like, neither of us really care. Neither of us, like, super want Carlito. Like, I'm fine with Carlito. I really am. I like him fine. I just don't have the same nostalgia for Carlito that a lot of, like, our younger audience would. Alright, Carlito. And then Cruz del Toro. This is Cruz del Toro's first run on Raw as well. No, it's not. No, it's not. Legato was on Raw in season 3 after NXT Fallout. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, he's cool. Yeah, I like him fine. Like, I don't have any strong feelings about Carlito. I got into wrestling a little too late to be into Carlito because, like, he was already long gone by the time I started watching. His original theme was much better. Oh, I know about I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Yeah, I know about Carlito's old theme. Cruz del Toro. And then these guys, and these guys. I'm hoping to get all this editing to the website done tonight, because guys, like we're like 10 characters away from being ready to start putting profiles and stuff on 2K19. I almost just did it the other night, like on Monday on my own time, but I was like, no, the people are gonna want to be here for it. Like we've all worked on who we're gonna put in this. Let's see. Of course, he went to SmackDown. I'm just doing the Raw moves right now for everyone watching. Berta, Ilya, Indy, Isla. Ivy went to Raw. I was gonna say, why is the computer? Hey, Brandon. I was gonna say, why is the computer moving so slow? But it's because LAW is wrapping up on its processing right now, and Premiere processing for big videos slows the whole computer down a little bit. But yeah, we're for those joining us, we're just updating ls11universe.com right now from this huge week of action on the channel, the first week of season 6. Ivy Nile has gone to Raw. 3 title changes on TV this week as well, which is kind of insane. Like, kind of insane how that's all worked out. Let me know when it's up to pre-like. Uh, After the stream probably, because I'm not gonna try and upload it tonight. I'm not gonna be uploading it anytime during the SmackDown watch along, because that'll make the connection horrible for all of you watching. You guys will barely be able. You guys will have trouble actually seeing me. I'm just gonna keep moving on in my list of things here. Jade Cargill's next on the list. I gotta tell you, that's someone who I did not expect Ray to let me have this season. Like, I was 100% expecting, like, yeah, I won't get Jade this season. That's fine. Like, I didn't think there was a chance in hell. Ilya is the new U.S. champion. He won it in a pretty sus way. Zach says the story with Ilya and Jay makes me excited for the next SmackDown. Yeah, I'm really excited for that as well. Ray told me about that, and I was like, "What the?" Like Ray told me, like, "Yeah, here's what's going to happen in that match," and I was like, "Really? That's interesting." And I know why it happened, but I am not going to say anything in regards to it. All I can say, oh, I got completely kicked out of the website. That's exciting. I just got completely logged out of the website. Hold on a minute. I like the Street Profits. I would like to see Pretty Deadly somehow win this matchup because I think DIY are getting the belts tonight. I really do, and they're going to need some heels to feud with. But the Street Profits kind of have a habit of just winning a lot when it doesn't really matter too much. I'm not terribly upset about that fact. I like the Street Profits a lot. I mean, I sent Montez Ford to WrestleMania this year, so. Why does the website do this sometimes? Oh, I genuinely thought that Swanton was it. Come on, yes, boys. I might. Well, no, because tomorrow's double watch along day. I was gonna say I might do some gaming streams tomorrow. I still might actually. It just if I get SmackDown or if I get Raw recorded tomorrow in decent time, I'm gonna do so. I'm gonna stream a little bit tomorrow. I'm gonna stream some Sonic Adventure DX. Yeah, no, Street Profits are winning. Definitely a Street Profits dub here. Trying to find. So the whole screen is just. This is what I'm seeing right now with the website for reference. This is just all I'm getting here. It does this sometimes. So now I'm just like desperately trying to find like Baron Corbin or someone that I know has had a match on Raw. That way I can see if it just deleted all of the stuff I did while it's loading. Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna refresh. Oh, wait. Oh, it's popping in. It's popping in. We're good. It's all popping in now. Let's see. Shocked when I saw Gunther on SmackDown. I mean, I felt like the right move. It did. Did it just like not save anyone else, or was that? Yeah, it was just cruise all the way down to. It was all the way down. It was C all the way down to I. Ivy Nile right there, and then Jade Cargill. Punk was just roasting Gunther and Drew. Yeah, there were some of those things that Punk said on SmackDown in Universe where I was just like, you got. It's like, whoa, man. Let's see. Walking Wild. Punk took no prisoners. Ray with CM Punk is always such an interesting thing to see because Ray just does not hold back on these kind of things. Punk is going to be a lot more unhinged on the mic under Ray. I have that feeling. Yeah. Joe Gacy. Yep, Joe Gacy got called up on Raw this week for Universe, and you might wonder, well, why? Well, quite simply, um, with me calling up Joe Gacy, it was, well, he can only stay in developmental for so long. That PNG is not good quality at all. Just get, I've got another one saved. We'll just use this one. We'll keep using this one, that's fine. Let's see. Ray says, oddly, the Punk line that he liked best was just, do you have peanut butter in your mouth? Mm. Oh yeah, Braun Steiner at the end of SmackDown. That was a scary motherfucker. Dude is unhinged on SmackDown. I'm curious by the absence of Next Wave, I will definitely say. Joe Gacy. The Kyrie Sane. Oh, actually, I can just close this. Think we would have gotten Charlie and Dom, but guess not. Yeah, very, very suspicious by the absence of Next Wave. Because I don't think Ray and I have talked about it much. We probably have, I just haven't remembered because been a been a couple weeks. Carry Cross is next, so Cross is Doomsday. It's his nickname. Carrying Cross. I like the Dom and Punk package because the retro show was used from Rumble 2014. Well, I mean that's a big part of why we're doing retro shows. Is that we have more like history to play off of with people. Every so often, it just decides that it needs to completely reload the previews over here, which is always fun. And then I have to sit here for a while. Don't look too deep into that, says Ray. Well, looks like Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae are getting some action. Karen Cross. Katana Chance and Caden Carter are next. Do we get a Roman return at Money in the Bank during Forsaken versus Cody and RKO 6-man tag, or do we get Jimmy instead? I think we get Jimmy. I think they're saving Roman for closer to SummerSlam. I guess SummerSlam would be next, wouldn't it? K Omega having a short title reign was absolutely shocking. Oh, yeah. I didn't even know that was happening. That, like I said, whoa, shit. That was another one of those things where it's like, Photoshop's been doing that lately, where it's just changed up here from layer to group. It's been screwing me over. But yeah, like Ray has probably told me multiple times that that was happening with Swerve. In fact, I think I even sent him a text on Wednesday when it happened. I was like, you probably told me that was happening, but I didn't see that coming." And I think Ray's response was like, "Yeah, I told you that was happening." All right, Katana Chance. Caden Carter. And then next up on the people who got called up list, Montez Ford, or called over, I mean, not up. You know what I meant. I know what I said, but you know what I meant. Actually. So did the Forsaken get a new wise man, or are they fully gone rogue? Oh man, that's a tough one, man. I would be interested in who they would get as a new wise man. I really would. MVP also got moved to Raw because he is now managing Omos. Yeah, like you guys see how time consuming this stuff is for me. Like that's why I've moved to doing these things on stream. Is because at least then I'm multitasking, I'm doing the watch along and I'm working. MVP, and then Nathan Frazier is next on my list. Jim Cornette is quoted as saying the only person who can come out of retirement to manage is Jacob Fatu. Pierre says, I say Armando Alejandro Estrada. He was great with Umenga in the words of Lord Regal. Yeah. Speaking of William Regal, he's back in LS11 Universe, and he is now the wise man for the Forsaken in LS11 Universe, so that's exciting. Nathan Frazier. Next is where I said his MLW manager. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Yeah, I don't really do that. I just don't see that happening. Kind of crazy to see where everyone from the final lineup of the six ended up in the end. Cody and Cody stayed on SmackDown. Cody and Solo both stayed on SmackDown. I'm counting Cody as part of the final lineup. When I say the final lineup, I mean the final six members of the group in the six. So Cody and Solo stay on SmackDown. Aldis, Aldis Theory, and Jade all ended up on Raw, and then Ricochet ended up in AEW. Paul Ellering is still part of Final Testament, the Lost Living Universe, by the way. He is still there. He has been missing for the same reason a lot of people have been missing, and that is just simply because, there's the limited character slots in 2K24. But I haven't gotten to talk about this too much yet. That has been amended just a little bit on my end this week. Um, but yeah, that has been amended, and I will explain why. I talked a lot about the Tool tribute on streams lately and on episodes lately, and I'm happy to announce I installed Tribute this week, and I played with it, and I did not have to wipe my save data like I thought I would. In fact, I didn't have to really change anything in my game, and I played with it. And what that mod does is instead of having to go through all the steps that a tool like Discovery or like a tool like Meta does, I only had to I don't have to do as much. Like it takes with meta, it probably takes 15-20 minutes to install a new character. Uh, with with um with tribute, it takes about 3 or 4 minutes. I installed yesterday alone 53 characters to their own unique modded slot, which means that is 53 created wrestler slots on 2K24 that I get to just have now. That is over half of the available downloaded slots. Like I got mods for like Joe Hendry, a lot of the NXT girls. Um, God, who else? The AOP, and I've still got plenty of other slots, which is just really nice. Randall Keith. Then Rey Mysterio. Yeah, I really got a lot of names in the draft, which is just really kind of funny because like we went into the draft this year completely redoing the rosters. Like that's what we ended up doing is we just redid the rosters. We pretended we didn't know what roster everyone was on. We went through and we are like, all right, do you want this guy? Do I want this guy? Do you want this guy? Do I want this guy? Just that's what we did for every member of the roster. And we saved NXT for last. Be like, all right, who do we want to call up? And I was like, I want Axiom and the Sky Pirates. And like, those are my big ones. Like, I want Axiom and the Sky Pirates. Those are my big ones. Ray was like, I want Tyler Bate and the Viking Raiders, and I won't say any others because there are other NXT call ups Ray has requested, and I will not be spoiling those because that would just be really freaking rude if I just was like, oh yeah, and Ray wanted this guy, and so I was like, yeah, sure, you can have him, and then I ruined the surprise. We all know that's not how I operate. All right, Razor. God, it's almost been an hour, and I'm still just doing the raw part of this. Rich Holland. What's really funny is Ridge Holland was one of those where we were both just like, I mean, what do we even do with him? And I came up with an idea, and fortunately, I've got an idea for him this season. So I was like, I'll just take him because I've got some ideas. And now we gotta wait for all these to load back in again. So I'll just keep working in the meantime. Scarlet would be. Oh, there we go. All right, Scarlet's next. Scarlet. Then I'm just gonna do all of it here. I got Shotzi on Raw. I'm very happy about that. I really like Shotzi. I've got some pretty exciting plans with her this season. I think you guys, no one's gonna even predict it. Like, no chance anyone will be able to predict what I've got planned for Shotzi this season. And then Champa would be next up on my list of people. All that's left are Champa and Zelina at this point for me. Yeah, I got Champa. I got Champa in the season split, so or like in Ray taking over SmackDown. I got to keep Champa, so that's good. I got Champa in the divorce. I'm sorry, and finally, Selena Vega. Let's go with. There we go. That's the render I've been using. Zelina Vega has some of my favorite attires in the Zelina Vega has some of my favorite gear in wrestling. Like, she is someone I've just really come to like a lot over the last year and a half or so. So, the Forsaken are winning tomorrow, right? The real question is, does Randy turn on Cody? I say not yet, at least, because you can save them for a bit longer. Yeah, no, I don't think Randy turns on Cody yet, either. I say you hold off on that. That Champa. And then Shayna. Fortunately, with Ray, like, slowly bringing people over to SmackDown, that's a lot less I gotta do. But I still got stuff to do. Shotzi. Scarlett, and I'm done with everything with Raw, finally. Because I just kind of fucking went for it. Go, Scarlett. Cool. All right, that is the Raw draft updates done on the website. Which means now we jump over to NXT. What did we think of the updated NXT intro, by the way? I mean, I know it's the same theme, but same theme as I was saying. I wanted to make sure everyone could see it. Like, same theme song and everything, but it's a good theme, so like, why change it, right? The clips desperately needed to be updated, is what it was. All right, so I will just remember to add a loss to Steve Macklin when we get to that point. When we get to the TNA stuff for the week. Just, if I forget, someone starts shouting at me. Michin lost to Julia. So fortunately, the only people that really went to NXT on this episode were Regal, Michin, and Piper, if I remember correctly. Oh, and Thatcher. Oh, SmackDown shows me. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be completely up to Ray, obviously, but I'm excited. All right, so Brooks lost to Thatcher, which we will add him to the roster in a minute anyway. Which, Thatcher is someone who I got a mod installed for this week, too. Which is good, because there really just aren't any community creations that actually, like, look like Timothy Thatcher, because that one does not really look like Timothy Thatcher. So it was Fallon Henley, Naomi, and Sol Ruka against Tatum Paxley. Let's just do the faces first. Don't overwhelm yourself, Sander. Fallon Henley. Also, it does look like it looks like a modder in the 2K scene is working on Fallon's newer attire, which I'm really excited about because like Fallon Henley is very quickly becoming one of my favorite people in NXT, just in my weekly viewing. Because I do actually watch NXT weekly now. I've really enjoyed it, and so they hooked me. I just haven't been doing like watch-alongs every week because I also just kind of value my hours on Tuesday night. All right, and then Ariana Grace was on the heel team. It was Ariana Grace, it was Nikita Lyons, and it was Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley is in need of a render update on the website at some point. Usually just like on a day where I have nothing better to do, I sit down and I go through the roster and I'm just like, who needs an update? And I go through and I make new renders for people who I think need an update. Tonight is not going to be that night. We will have a dedicated night for that eventually. Lions, and they got that. Faces got that win. I think Soul picking up the win. Yeah, Soul picked up the win there, and then the main event was Jacob freaking killing Axiom for the belt. And someone put the hashtag Justice for Axiom in the comments, to which I pretty much my thought there is good. I want people to be upset that he lost, especially in that way. Like I want people to be upset that Axiom lost. Wonder who's going to be the first victim of the Samoan werewolf. We'll find out. All right, so Piper Niven and Meechin and Thatcher and Regal. Those are the names that all went to NXT this week. So we have Yim. Love Cody's vest he's got going on. Yim in there. Piper Niven. Yeah, yeah, that I was really proud of that as well. Like just I think I've said on before on commentary, Axiom's drive to defend that title every week is going to be his own downfall. And lo and behold, that ultimately was what it was. And Jacob Fatu just knew how to play to that perfectly. And then, yeah, Axiom just ticked all the right nerves by calling them Bloodline Light. Whoa! Timothy Thatcher. Then Tama Tonga acting like those big doors were the locker room for the Forsaken. I that was the best way I could do it. Genuinely, like there was no real way I was gonna be able to, like, because there's no locker rooms right now. Like there's no locker room backstage brawl areas. We'll get Regal. Wise Man, William Regal. All right, that should handle NXT. Versus Dunn award. Did not see a draw coming. Yeah, I didn't know that was coming either. And that's the genuinely, I think that's gonna be my favorite thing with Ray's episodes is that I don't know what's gonna happen in them now. He doesn't tell me everything, and I don't want him to. I kind of like not knowing what's gonna happen. It's kind of a nice. It's a nice change of pace for me after all these years. So Thatcher goes up to Stratton. Regal goes up to Blake. Got it. Go. And then I'll get Thatcher's record moved over from Ring of Honor in a second as well. All right, so that's the NXT handled, and then on to SmackDown, which I don't even. There's not an intro for me to go over here. So first match of the night was Nakamura and Gunther. So where is he? Probably a little higher up because I'm looking in the wrong letter. Oh no. Oh man, Kevin Owens' mom isn't doing well. It sounds like that's not good. Oh, I didn't make Io Sky a Raw render. I see that now. So we'll do that in a second. We'll do that after I finish the SmackDown updates. Done ended on a draw. Lexus versus Cody is gonna cook. I think this feud will really help Lexus. Yeah, Ray told me he was doing that. I was really excited about it. All right, Dragunov beat Jay. Jay would lose the title. I I will say, just a little joke here. Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Gunther, Ilya Dragunov, all like in big parts of the show. Damn, the Ray Wood NXT season 2 era is back. And that was the last match of the night. Cool. All right, cool. So Same thing I did before. Tozawa went to SmackDown. For some reason, this keeps getting bumped down to 50%. So, Akira Tozawa went to SmackDown. The whole Alpha Academy went to SmackDown, in fact. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna make all the portraits this time and then move on with uploading them. I think that'll work better for me. Akira Tozawa. And then so it's Cody, Kevin, and Randy versus Solo, Jacob, and Tama. No shade against Tongaloa, but I'm really excited to watch Jacob Fatu wrestle on a PLE tomorrow. I am as well. I'm very excited. Let's see. See, the issue here is I know people who are moving to SmackDown that didn't show up tonight, and I'm like, can I add them yet? Is that too much of a spoiler? Like, I don't know. Chad Gable. So I probably will just, keep every week until Ray's got everyone moved over. I will just kind of Ray Wood season 2 of NXT lives on. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. I ain't complaining though. I like all those guys that I just listed. But I mean, like you had Pete Dunne and Gunther, like with the NXT title in season 2, and then you had Dragunov as the North American champion going into season 3. So it is just kind of funny how that all worked out. All right, let's see. Who else did Ray get? Giovanni Vinci. I mean, if he got Gunther, it's pretty obvious that Gio and Ludwig came with him. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, did I get to keep the rest of Imperium?" No, I didn't. I I wouldn't have wanted one without the rest. So, well, I would have taken Ludwig on his own. Yeah, this is the first. This is the first time that Imperium's been part of the SmackDown roster. It's not the first time they've ever been on SmackDown. At least not for Gio and Ludwig, because those two actually made one appearance on SmackDown in season 3. Ring General Gunther. Then Ivar. Yeah, it's really funny when I told Ray like, "Hey, I want you to take over SmackDown in season 6 and everything." We were at Ray's house, and I think we were recording. I think we were recording the Rumble, maybe. All right, I still gotta come back and fix EO, but we'll get back to that. Oh, Jey Uso. Jey Uso. Main event. Jey Uso. Then just going through the roster now. Like, who else did Ray get? Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig, who's got some serious Lud Riz, because I mean the guy pulled Tiffany Stratton. He's clearly doing something right. It's not like Buddy Murphy. Guy pulled both Alexa Bliss and married Rhea. Guy got engaged to Alexa Bliss, and then a decade later is married to Rhea Ripley. Dude is doing something right. All right, Kaiser. Oh, Maxine Dupree. Yep, Luderiz Kaiser. Said what I said. Maxine Dupree. Then Otis. I mean, you know, whatever Buddy and Otis, or whatever Buddy and Ludwig are doing, they're doing something right. But they're both really good-looking guys, so that's probably got a lot to do with it. They might just be like really good people behind, like they might just be like really good guys, for all we know. That's what I choose to believe. Oh, Mike Rome did the thing. Mike Rome did the Chelsea Green thing. Pete Dunne had a solid 2 seasons on Raw, I would say. Yeah, he came to Raw in season 4, so he had a solid 2 seasons. I mean, he came to Raw, had a few main event level feuds, and then won the U.S. title up in that time. And then he went back to SmackDown now. But yeah, oh, right. So my story about Ray and I talking about dividing up the rosters. But like we started having the conversation about like, yeah, you know, let's talk about the rosters and all of that. And like we sat down and I was like, you know, I understand that some people are gonna have to leave NXT and get called up in the season and like barely finish that sentence where I want the Viking Raiders. I was like, oh, all right. Cool. Which I was fine with. I kind of figured he was gonna want them. That's not like a shot at Ray like, oh yeah, he took the team I wanted. No, I kind of figured he was gonna want them, and I was perfectly fine with that. Because I don't really need them on Raw this season. So, but I just think it was very so probably expect big things from the Viking Raiders. Would be my guess. Also, Tyler Bate back to SmackDown, which means that his little sabbatical to NXT is done. All right, then Valhalla. And then Valhalla's it. That's the last. Whoops. That's the last name that needs to get added tonight. SmackDown roster. But now I do need to add Io Sky to Raw. I forgot to do that. But yeah, if you guys will give me a minute, I can actually like read you off a list of all the modded characters I installed this week. Or not even this week, just yesterday. Guy, there we go. Alright, so Tozawa. Gable. And like I said, just remember, everybody, everyone that I'm putting on there tonight, that is not the end of Ray's part of the draft because he's kind of spreading it out a little bit. You guys know I like to just. Oh, I didn't even give Eric a new render. Hold on. This is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm going through one by one. Eric, and then Giovanni is next. But yeah, I assure you guys, there's still several names that haven't been moved yet that are coming to SmackDown. Go there. God, it's already 9:23. Ivor. EO, I've got to update as well. And then Jay is next. And then next up on the list would be Ludwig Kaiser. Oh, there's Tiffany. Got a question. What are some wrestling themes you remember that oddly stick with you? Titus O'Neil's 2014 to 2015 theme, the boom, 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 huh. They wanna talk? Shh, now what they talking about? I think of that one every so often. I mainly think of that one because of CM Pulse. Because he used that when he did his Captain Falcon career mode, which may or may not have inspired the heel turn in ARW. Not even joking. So that one sticks with me immediately. What else? Get Ready to Fly goes every day in your life. That's a fair one. Get Ready to Fly is a solid one there. What else? I mean, obviously, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Is quite literally the most played song of the year on my phone right now, according to Spotify. And then, so I believe in Joe Hendry, obviously stuck with me for obvious reasons. But, what else? I'm trying to think of some not obvious ones. Like, the Titus O'Neil one is like the most unobvious, like, niche one that I've got. Like, there, no denying how niche that one is. Jeff Hardy's Similar Creatures. I always think of No More Words when I think of Jeff Hardy, but that's just because that's the introduction I had to him. Was No More Words. And then, yep, Slater Gator. Yep, can't forget that. Slater Gator! Slater Gator was together in LS11 Universe briefly. Go back to season 1. They were together for a little while. In fact, there was a legitimate point in which, in season one, I was debating putting the Raw tag team titles on Slater Gator. And oddly, the trickle down effect of that was Gallows and Anderson getting released prevented that. Because there was a point in time where I was going to have Slater Gator fluke their way to a win over Gallows and Anderson for the titles. Oh, and there's Nia Jax. And so Otis, Pete Dunne. Finally, party animal Adam Rose. I go, whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to the revolution. Dun, 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 today. No more disillusion, cause we will break away. Hey. Had that song on my phone, actually, when I was 14. It was the first wrestling song I ever downloaded. Because it was just so over. Man, that's someone who, like, I don't know what I would have done with him, 7 years or 10 years ago if I'd been this age doing Universe. But man, if I was as into Adam Rose then as I or now as I was then, like if I was doing Universe 10 years ago as much the way I am now, he very well might have been like a U.S. champion or something in LS11 at some point. I do like that Nia and Tiffany are aligned now. I really like those two together. Okay, top eight. Cool. So now, got one more social outcast theme. Yeah, that one is shockingly really good. All right. Now I got a couple little housekeeping things to do on the got a couple little housekeeping things to do on the website now. Shit. Because I went and got a PNG of Rollins wearing a suit. Seth Rollins. Just got to get some things cleaned up on here, Because, like, Titus O'Neil's been on here for a while, so. Oh, tag titles are up next. It's the main event. I think DIY is winning, man. I really do. All right, so did I upload triple? Okay, yeah. All right, get Triple H off of there, and I think I can just move. It is going to be weird. This is the first time Triple H is not going to be on the legend or on the main roster page. Makes me kind of sad. Now what does Triple H do? Retire, I guess, from LS11. Let me see if this works. I've kind of learned that I can trick the website sometimes by doing this. Like by doing the preview stuff, I can actually kind of trick it occasionally. Today might not be that time though. So let me create a restore point real quick, just to be safe. So, site history, create backup, and then I just gotta refresh. There we go. It always makes me a little sad and a little emotional sometimes having to just move someone to be permanently only on the retired page. Like, man, it hurt when I had to put Biggie here. I actually cried a little bit when I had to put Bray on there. So there's Trips on there. And hop back over to WWE for a second. See, the issue with hopping back over to WWE is it is the biggest page on the website, and so it will kind of lock me up if I'm trying to scroll it too much. So, see if I can just jump over to AEW instead. But yeah, when you get on the WWE, you're kind of locked on here sometimes. There we go. Got the AEW. Hold on. So I'll just go through and do everything else first. AEW had a few big things happen this week. Ruby became the TBS champion. She beat Serena Deeb in the first matchup, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I gotta go in and add the TBS title in here. So I don't know if there's anyone else that I have to add to the roster, but I can't remember right now to save my life. There. Because apparently done with Heyman now, Paul's down to just Wardlow. So it would seem. Corbin and Cruz are teaming up next week. Interesting. That doesn't sound like they have nothing to do with either of those guys. City had their promo. Athena and Britt had their match that Britt got the win in. Colby Cornell wants next thing's Juice, so let's see, man. We are, we are, we are, we are. DIY, 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 something, 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 DIY, something, something, something. I hate the fact that I like the theme. It grew on me in the worst way possible. I am annoyed at how quickly it grew on me. Oh, YouTube's throwing an ad in, it would seem. Hangman is back IRL now, and the people's scumbag is dead. So it would seem. I saw that he tweeted out it wasn't Daniel Garcia's fault. So my assumption is he's gonna be like, it's all your fault. You all wanted MJF. You all wanted the old MJF. That's right. There was one name I needed to put on the roster. I knew there was a reason I pulled it up. Yeah, Ricochet is all elite within the Lost 11 universe. Oh, that's the WWE roster still. So Ricochet goes after Ricky Starks. Current theme is fine, but it's no Chrome Heart. Yeah, that's how I feel, but also for some reason I just really like the new DIY theme. I don't like it more than Chrome Hearts, obviously, but I do like it. It has annoyingly grown on me. Highlights. TBS champion. Why is it underlined? Go. Ruby beat Britt. And then it went into the main event, right? With Swerve versus Kenny. Yep. And Swerve won. Like, holy shit. Kenny Omega got like an 18, or not even an 18. Kenny Omega got I think like a, what, 10-day reign, if even? I'll go in and update all these in a minute. Come on, DIY boys. All right, season premiere. Hello, it's 11 Universe. Starting with Killer Kelly and Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace won that. And I'm gonna remember to add the loss to Steve Macklin. Don't worry. Oh, I like the graphic, like the little animation that plays for the WWE tag titles. I like that. Looks cool. Jordan Grace beat Killer Kelly. That's the nice thing with doing TNA and NXT is 4 matches each, is it just does not take me long. The Rascals would lose to the Hardys. So Zachary Wentz. Oh, they're gonna do the pat on the back thing? Yeah, they did the thing. They did the thing I like. Go. And then Jeffrey Nero Hardy. Matthew Hardy. And then Speedball versus Hammerstone. I think Kenny's reign was 14 days because he beat Pac for his only defense the week before. Yeah, I'm thinking of how long it was. Because he won it at the end of June. He won it the second to last week of June. And this is the first week of July. So he won it on a Sunday. 3 days later, defended it on Wednesday. Lost it the following week. Hammerstone. Got the dub. Then the main event was the six-man match. I feel bad that Joe Hendry's starting the season on an L, but, you know, it's what happens. He'll turn it around. He started last season on an L, too. I have a feeling he'll turn it around. But he started last season getting injured, actually. So, yeah. A very chaotic match added for against all odds with Satnam Singh and everyone in that big 8-way match. Satnam Singh, Joe Hendry, Steve Macklin, Frankie Kazarian, Mustafa Ali, of course, Eric Young, Josh Alexander, and I know who all's in this. I really do. So it was Macklin, Kazarian, Satnam, and fucking I know this. I literally announced it today. I don't. Nobody help me. I know what it is. It's fucking Hendry, Satnam, Eric Young, Josh Alexander, Mike Santana. That's who I'm forgetting. Frankie Kazarian, Steve Macklin, Mustafa Ali. Yeah, Raj has had a real interesting start to the season. I clicked off the page for 30 seconds. I clicked off the page for 30 seconds. Come on now. Brandon says he's got DIY winning. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be a DIY win. I really hope it is. Theory and Waller's title reign has done nothing for me. The best part about their title reign is it split the tag titles. And that had been needed for a while. They should have never unified all the damn titles to begin with. But we all know. Oh, we all know. We all know what old bastard made that decision. Mahabali Shira, I gave him a win already, and Ryan Nemeth, who was in that match to take the pin, and I think we all know it. And Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin's got to take the L from NXT. We got our first interpromotional tag team, though, this week in LS11. Steve Macklin, Wesley Blake, the Insurgents. Forgotten Sons no more, now the Insurgents. All right. Let's quickly do LAW results, which I need to hop over to LS11, to Xander LS11 4, so do that. Had me and Adrian Nova picking up the dub, which means I gotta go to the LS11 roster. I'm sure heel Waller and Great Face Theory is gonna cook. Oh yeah, no doubt. So Hanzo and I picked up a dub over the Ascension. I'll go add mine to myself in a moment here. That was Victor's first ever appearance in LS11 Universe on Thursday, and he lost to me. That's embarrassing for him. Cole Quinn lost to Dante Leon. So Steve Macklin, Leslie Blake back full time, or is it temporary? Oh no, it's full time. It's full time. Same way that Timothy Thatcher is part of the NXT roster now, Buddy Murphy's part of the Raw roster now. It's all full-time stuff. We are we are loosening our we're loosening our guidelines a little on stuff this season. We're just it's more experimenting than anything by doing so, but we're experimenting. We're seeing if we're seeing if people like it. Good Lord, that Canadian destroyer. Yeah. I'm really excited that we're kind of opening up our rules a little bit with all this stuff. I really am. I'm gonna go back to me full screen for the rest of the night here. But I'm really excited that we're kind of opening up our rules a little bit, like loosening it a lot, especially with like the potential it's gonna give for NXT and TNA for crossover there. And kind of like I said before, um, like I said before, we're not gonna like go nuts or anything. Like you're not gonna see Kenny Omega showing up on Raw anytime soon. You're not gonna see Roman Reigns crashing a TNA show anytime soon. Like, although ironically, that did almost happen in season 3. When we were first considering doing TNA or doing Impact, we were gonna like completely when we first opened the Forbidden Door in season 3 with Lance Archer, Brian Cage, Danhausen all coming into WWE. And I feel like there was one more that I just can't remember right now, but it was those three that I know of for sure. Um, we were gonna have and Moose, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, Moose, and Danhausen. Those four all showing up in WWE to open the Forbidden Door. Uh, Moose was getting into a feud with Roman Reigns, who was in the middle of his Tribal Chief stuff, and the original Bound for Glory main event was going to be Moose versus Jacob Fatu, and Roman Reigns was going to show up in Impact and spear Moose behind the referee's back so Jacob Fatu could win the Impact World Title. And we ultimately decided not to do that because we ended up not doing Roman and Moose at all. That's not to say we never will, but you never know. It's not in the plan anytime soon, I can tell you that much. All right. So now I gotta go in and do title renders and stuff. So that's part of why I took myself off the screen or took everything off the screen. Just see that anyone made Ilya with the U.S. title? I doubt it, but yeah, no one. Well, no, people have made Ilya with the U.S. title, but it looks way too big on him. So let's see. I can just get one of his NXT title renders is what I can do. Let's see. Ilya Dragunov. Huh. Ah, so as usual. I feel like there's more to that message, Pierre. That's why I haven't said anything yet. I feel like there's more to as usual. That, or I have, in the last 30 seconds, because of the video delay, completely brain farted on what would be as usual. Okay, this one isn't too bad. Eh. Oh yeah, we still got the Aussie Icon turns. You should do Champ Eternal Gargano style. And the usual was janky renders. Yeah, business as usual. I have to do everything myself, render wise. Oh no! He hit Theory! Oh my god. Oh my god. Shatter Machine! Oh my god, I thought they were about to win on the Shatter Machine in Canada. Oh, here we go. Meet in the middle. Oh, I see Theory, though. I see fucking Theory. Oh no. I'm so nervous, man. I just want DIY to win it. I really do. Oh, Grayson Waller pulled Theory in the way of the Waller just pulled Theory in the way of the super kick. Lung blower. Theory's out for real this time. Come on. Come on. Come on. One, two. Ugh. Fucking A. They're not winning. Two near falls. They're not winning. Yeah, Waller's got the tights. Whoa. Are they about to recreate the FTR spot? They're gonna recreate the FTR spot. Double Gargano escape. Yes. Oh, we love to see it. We love to see it. These are my boys. Those are my boys. My boys. Oh, we love it. I love that they recreated the revival match spot too. Oh, I'm so happy about this. And they're getting pyro. Does Waller turn on Theory now? Probably. Oh, and we're just getting a video package for Solo. Solo just said, "Look at me. I am the tribal chief now." All right, Solo. This is a solid promo from Solo. And that was SmackDown. All right, so if you guys want to hang out, you can. I'm going to hang out here and finish up all the website stuff because it's taken me a little longer than anticipated, I'll admit. I was kind of hoping to be done by the end of the night, but we had, you know, 3 fucking title changes this week, so I'm now having to. Uh, 3, no, 4. We had 4 title changes this week just on free TV. So I'm now having to reap the consequences of that and do all of the website updates for it. I blame Ray. 3 of them were him. And when I say I blame Ray, I think you all know I'm just fucking around. Whenever I say I blame Ray for something, I think you all know it's a joke. Because, like, it ain't that deep. Quite simply, it ain't that deep. It's like when there was the guy in chat on Monday being like, why don't you use the actual universe mode? And it was like, they were being like, why don't you use the actual universe mode? Because this series isn't universe mode. And I was like, I mean, I'm making an Ilya render right now. Have you? Let's give it a real. Have you finished those errands? Vibes. I'm making the Ilya render. Don't worry, I got it. I simply said fine. I'll do it myself with Ilya. That's what happened. But yeah, I mean, we'll just keep it open as like a Q&A stream right now. Is what we'll do. Um, how to get the TNA roster in 2K24? You go to Community Creations and you search for the wrestlers you want. It is. I know it sounds like I'm being a smartass, but it is as simple as that, and I, I would not know what to tell you otherwise. Like it's the answer. Like unless you're on PC and then you learn how to install mods. I'm not teaching people how to install mods. I I don't make enough money for that. W is preparing to break the internet tomorrow. We are not ready. Seems that way. Zico says I can't wait till tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be fun. We got Money in the Bank watch along, and I do highly encourage everyone to go over to the Xander Ellis 11 channel tomorrow and check out LAW Staying Alive. It's gonna be the first premium live event for the indie shows, which I'm really excited about. Gonna be a really fun show. You got first ever LAW Tag Team Champions being crowned with um, the Ascension versus the Righteous versus the Samoan Dynasty of Jacob Fatu and Lance Anoa'i. We got Cassie Lee versus Caitlyn for the LAW Women's Title. Grand Metalik versus Dante Leon versus Cole Quinn versus Beast Mortis versus Blake Christian in a ladder match for the LAW television title. We got God, what else do we have? We got a big show. Casey Navarro challenging Arnold Zanzenegger for the LAW World Title. That's gonna be a really fun match. We got a lot of matches on the Scapegoat. Jack Perry makes his first appearance outside of AEW universe ever since Paul Heyman fired him when he faces Heath Slater. And I'm sure I'm forgetting other matches, but like then there's the huge main event for people that haven't been keeping up. There's a huge main event going on at LAW Staying Alive tomorrow when Team Blackstone of Alexander Blackstone, Raj Desi, aka Jinder Mahal, Blue Payne, and Arnold Zanzenegger face myself, Adrian Nova, Maven Huffman, and a mystery partner of my choice. Zico says, okay, that reminds me, I wanted to know more about LAW. Is it a call show or a mix with real wrestlers? So it's a mix, is what it is. It's a mix between creative wrestlers and real wrestlers, and it kind of spawns from it spawned from from LSWF being as popular as it was for the limited time it was popular, and people were like, well, how do I get my guy into the main universe? It's like, well, you don't, pretty much is the like to be blunt, you don't get into the main universe from LSWF. I just because then I got a bunch of calls running around in TNA and AEW and WWE, and that's just not my thing, right? And so I was like, I'll find a middle ground for everybody, right? I'll find a middle ground that I think everyone can be happy with, and that middle ground was to make LAW just take one of the indies from the My Rise mode and just flesh it out. And so it's got LAW, it's got AEW, or Jesus, it's got guys from LSWF. That's why you've got like, oh, thank you for the subscribe, Joshua. That's why you've got like me. That's why I'm there. That's the only LS11 promotion outside of LSWF you will ever see me competing in, because I am never going to be like, oh, I could go into a match against Roman Reigns and hold my own. That's not. I don't even really like to put myself in the roster too much outside of LSWF. LAW, it's just kind of the story has called for me to step in the ring for a little while. And after tomorrow, I don't intend on wrestling in LAW again for a while. But yeah, it's got like it's got like LSWF guys like Cause, like me, Carnold, Adrian Nova, Alexander Blackstone, Eliza Blackstone, just to name a couple. Um, and I at one point was considering like calling off LSWF recently and either going full time LAW. I know some first time reactor that's gonna be doing a live reaction to Money in the Bank tomorrow. Well, that's fun. That's exciting. That's good for them. I'll be live as I usually am. So as I usually am, I will be live. I'm gonna be trying to get back in the live streams. I'm hoping tomorrow we're gonna be able to go onto Xander Live for a little while, before or even after Money in the Bank, just depending. Probably before for for some Sonic Adventure, because I bought that on the PS3 of all things this week, and I want to start one. I want to start my journey to 100% it because it's one of my favorite games of all time. But yeah, I was recently considering just getting rid of LSWF again and going like unifying the LSWF belts with the LAW belts and just making LAW a weekly thing instead of trying to alternate, because then I got ARW in there as well. I gotta kind of see what people think about that idea first. I think it might be beneficial to do that personally, or to get rid of LSWF and do a different indie in place and kind of do another double mix. But I don't know. I'm getting a lot of characters for LSWF, a lot of them all from one person, which is fine. One person has submitted like 7 or 8 characters for LSWF, which is not the end of the world. Like, I'm not going to push all of those characters. They will more likely than not each get at least an appearance or two in LSWF, but I'm not super pressed to like push all of them at once, obviously, because then it seems like I'm showing favoritism towards people, and that's just not how I like to roll. But the roster for LSWF is so thin, especially because like I think it moving to a different game may have hampered that a little bit, and I admit that. I think it moving to 2K24 or to a different channel hampered that a little, and I fully admit it. Like I know that probably was a big reason why, like, the amount of submissions I got for LSWF tanked moving into 2K24 is because it was like, oh, well, he's not doing it on the main channel anymore. He's not doing it on the channel with 4,000 subscribers anymore. Now he's only doing it on the channel with 700 subscribers. And it was like, well, the reason for that was it was killing this channel, right? Like doing those series was legitimately killing this channel because YouTube was seeing, oh, well, 1,000 people a week are watching Raw, 600 people a week are watching NXT, Dynamite, and TNA, 800 people a week are watching SmackDown, but only 100 people a week are watching LSWF and ARW. So why would we push those in the algorithm? And it's like, I get that, I do, but then it tanks the whole channel when it does that, right? It's like, well, if they're uploading this one thing that's not doing well, then the whole channel shouldn't be doing well. And that's just, unfortunately, the way YouTube works. And so LAW is kind of what moved to the Xander Ellis11 channel. And I'd like to do more than just wrestling stuff over on the Xander Ellis11 channel. I'm just so damn busy all the time. Like, I mean, I'm literally talking right now to you guys while I'm working on updating the website that I've been working on updating for 2.5 hours now. Because I started a little bit before stream, too. I say the idea of putting it all on another channel is a good idea. You made the right decision. Well, thank you, Zico. I do appreciate that. I thought it was the right choice as well. Because, like, then it puts it where, like, those 100 people that want to watch it can go watch it over there. And, like, it's not going to bog down the feed for the people who don't want to watch it. Because, like, I get it. It's not for everyone. A lot of people don't want to watch custom characters fight in a wrestling game. They want to watch, they want to watch their Seth Rollins, their Roman Reigns, their John Cena's and all that. Well, I mean, Cena's more or less not retired, but Cena's very part-time now, but you get my point. You get my point. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to kind of put it up to the fans when it comes to LAW and LSWF. I'm kind of thinking just merge them, personally. That's kind of where I'm leaning because then I'm not having to alternate between them every week. And then it can be LAW, ARW every back to back. I'm just not really having fun with ARW right now. And I think that maybe it was just fatigue. So ARW is probably just going to be like pay-per-views only for the time being. But I will eventually get back to doing ARW a lot more often. Because, like, I don't regret bringing ARW back, especially because, like, I'll be real. Talking from a non-kayfabe perspective here. Talking from a non-kayfabe perspective here, from a behind-the-scenes perspective, Carnold running around with the ARW title was something that needed to end sooner or later, so I needed to get the damn belt off of him. Simple as that. Hi, JT. Welcome in. JT seemingly very happy that DIY won the belts. I am also very happy that DIY won the belts. If you can't, I know you might not be able to tell it by my voice right now, but I'm a little tired is all. But hi, JT. Good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. Okay, so it seems I'm not the only one that the DIY theme has oddly stuck with. So it's good to know I'm not the only one. Like, I'm not even going to tell people to stop doing it in chat because I think it's funny. I think because we've got a fairly tight knit streaming community here for the OS11 universe. Like, it's not we don't have the biggest community when it comes to the watch alongs. Obviously, my favorite guy who has the word car in his name. Hope you're doing better today, Center. I am doing really well, actually. I'm doing pretty great. I'm glad that I'm finally live again. Um, I'm really glad to be live again. I do wish I could have been live last night because I was feeling really good yesterday. Well, I was live yesterday. If you guys didn't check over on the Xander Live YouTube channel, I was live for a lot of the day yesterday with my wonderful wife Alex. We were playing Pal World together over there. It was a lot of fun. Um, and if you guys will give me a moment here, I will play for you one of the final clips of that stream because the way that stream ended was honestly one of the funniest things ever. And she and I were laughing about it during dinner that night. Which it was just really nice to have my wife on stream as well. Okay, I think for now I'll stay live until I get it done. I was gonna say I'm just gonna like half-ass it and get the portraits done and then just go in and do the history later, but it's like at this point, in for a penny, in for a pound, right? But I'm gonna have a war of words with my YouTube notifications for not letting me know that you were streaming over there. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm hoping to be over there tomorrow. Like I said, I've got the PS3 back. Pal World Pandemonium. It was very fun, and we played for about another hour and a half after stream, which we had a lot of fun with. We just called it a night on stream because TNA was starting, Universe was starting. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it, and I hope everyone else that like tuned in throughout was having fun. But yeah, I got the PS3 back. It's been downstairs for about the last 2 months because Alex and I were finishing up Lego Pirates of the Caribbean recently. And so the PS3 lived downstairs until we finished that up and got the 100% done on it. And so we finished that the other day, which is good. Thoughts on the PS5 versus PS4? I prefer the PS5. I have a lot of fond memories with the PS4, obviously. Um, like I have a lot of fond memories with the PS4. It's where it's where Universe got its start originally. Well, actually, Universe originally started on an Xbox 360. Let that sink in for a minute. Not like this universe, but the old universe, the one that nobody knows about. The one that Zach Rushing in the chat is the only one that really knows about because he was the only one that was here for it. Shout out to Zach for that though. Like sticking with me through talking about sticking with me through some of the darkest times. Bro was here for like the darkest times of the LS11 universe. He was here in my shittiest days as a booker. Like we all make fun of me for those days. But all that being said, you have the PS3 now. Play WWE 12 Universe Mode. I would have to go through and unlock everything on WWE 12 is the issue. And last we did WWE 12 on the channel, I had barely started the Road to WrestleMania mode. I'm not against doing it eventually, but like, remember, we're gonna be doing the 2K19 universe mode soon. And when I say soon, I do mean soon. I mean like now that I'm almost done with all the website updates for now. And there a cheat code for that? Is there? I feel like this was. I don't think there's cheat codes in those games in WWE 12 at least. I think that's the point where it's like, oh, you want to unlock everything without doing all the hard work. Well, you had better get to paying up for the accelerator, buddy boy. Which, speaking of that, I was checking my PS3 store history this week when I bought Sonic Adventure because I didn't know that was a thing, first of all. And second of all, turns out I apparently bought the WWE 13 accelerator on PS3. I don't ever remember buying WWE 13 on the PS3. I don't remember owning it ever. I owned WWE 13 on the Wii. I don't remember ever having it on the PS3. Maybe my younger brother did, because he had a PS3 before me, right? So my younger brother, you guys have seen him on the channel once before. Sid. He was on the channel once before. It was a very long time ago. Uh, he was in the Hardcore Scramble, for anyone that remembers that. Did any of y'all actually watch the Hardcore Scramble that we did? It genuinely is what inspired the hold on. It's genuinely what inspired. Yeah, WWE 13 was on the Wii. I had it on the Wii. I remember. And my older brother, love him to death, but my older brother, the motherfucker, took it. My older brother didn't like wrestling, right? So my family goes on vacation to Florida in 2014, right after I get into wrestling. And my older brother and my stepdad go to a pawn shop while we're in Florida. Um, and they come back with WWE 13 on the Wii. And so I have that, and I just leave it at my mom's. Like I'm like, it'll just be the wrestling game I play at my mom's. That's fine. And one day, so for reference, I lived with my dad most of the time. Essentially, I lived with my dad for 12 days, and then I'd go spend a weekend at my mom's and come back. That was how my life was from ages 14 to 16. And so I played WWE 13 on the Wii when I was at my mom's. My older brother lived with my mom pretty much full time at that point. And he takes the Wii that has WWE 13 in it, or the Wii U that has WWE 13 in it, which is my Wii U, need I mention, takes it with him to his dad's house because he was 16, 17 at this point, and I was 14, 15. Takes it with him to his dad's. Takes WWE 13 out of it, never puts it back in. I have not seen that game again since, which is fine. I didn't really like it. So I personally prefer WWE 2K14. That might be a taboo thing to say. I don't know if it is or not, but I prefer 2K14. But I also played 2K14 on the Xbox 360 while I played 13 on the Wii, so, you know. I was a Nintendo kid for most of my life, guys. Keep that in mind. I only became like a PlayStation guy in 2014. Like when I was 14 is when I became a PlayStation guy. I was a Nintendo kid for most of my life. I got my first non-Nintendo console that I actually got to really do stuff with in 2013 when I got the Xbox 360. And then I got the PS4 in 2014, and from there the rest is history. Like I've got a Switch, obviously. No, 2K14 was the peak game from the 2K series. Well, it's just they took THQ's finished game and just put their logo on it. That's why. All right. I'm almost done with the website updates, which is good because I need to get up and stretch and everything. All that's left now is giving Jacob Vatu a render with North American time. No, but I mean, I am admittedly kind of scared of where this is going, JT. Anytime you say, but I mean, I don't know if it ever ends well. You scare me, my friend. You scare me. Also, JT, you might be proud of me, by the way, bud. I handled a hate comment this week on my own. It's not something I do very often. But, and I don't normally brag about this kind of stuff, but I'm kind of proud of myself for it because, like, I actually stood up for myself in a comment for once. Someone commented on WrestleMania Night 1 where Rowan and Strowman won the tag titles. They were like, whoever said that that was Braun's first title win is a fucking idiot because he's a former Intercontinental and Universal and Tag champion. To which I responded with like, if only I was like, yeah, it's almost like this is a universe mode with its own continuity where he's not had any of those titles. What I almost responded with, but I decided to be civil. I almost responded with whoever said that the history in this universe mode is the exact same thing as real in real life must be an idiot because this universe mode started before Braun won any of those titles and he hasn't held any of them in the series since. Because it's true. Braun, we started in October of 2019. Braun won his first title in WWE in 2020. So let that sink in for a minute. Or no, Braun won his first title in December of 2019. So by like the way I always handle hate comments is I don't clap back too hard. I essentially just I don't clap back too hard, right? I I remain civil enough where I'm just like, well, look, here's the truth of it, right? Yeah, maybe in retro you'll see him with another title, right? But like, I have to remain civil because like I'm also a public figure with YouTube at this point, right? And I don't like being like, oh, I'm an influencer because I fucking hate that term. I hate the term influencer so much. If you're using me as an influence for anything other than like, oh, I want something to base my universe off of, like how I do universe, do not look up to me as a role model for life, right? Like, I'm gonna say here now, don't look up to me as a role model for life. I have anxiety issues. I am depressed. I am a workaholic. And it is a legitimate problem. Like, it's a legitimate psychological problem that I'm a workaholic. Like, even my boss at work today was like, Xander, you are a workaholic. It's a real problem. Like, and not even like it's affecting your stuff here. She was like, or it wasn't my boss, it was my coworker, my bad. I had to think that through again. But like my coworker was like, Xander, you're a workaholic. That's I'm a little concerned for you because it's July 5th, right? It's the day after a holiday here in the States. And my coworker was like, man, I could be at the pool swimming right now. I was like, man, I could be at home working on some video stuff. She was like, Xander, you're a workaholic. Oh wow, JT, thank you for the super chat. It was really kind of you. I think you'll I think there's going to be a alert down here in a second for it. It just takes a minute. I give that a heart though. Speaking of work, what's up, JT? Yeah, JT, thank you for that, man. That's really kind of you. Like, you didn't have to do that. It's gonna jump scare me. When the super chat comes in down here, it's gonna jump scare me because I don't remember what the super chat alert is. Which that might just be funnier for some people. Hopefully, in the next 3 or so weeks, I can donate a while. But you don't have to do that. I mean, I really do appreciate it, but like, you don't have to do that. You really don't. If you want to, I will not stop you. But like, I'm never gonna tell someone to give me money, right? Got a schedule isn't one day of the week. Well, that's good. But yeah. So just speaking of money though, because this is Jesus Christ. I I'm sorry, I have to laugh at that for a moment. I have to laugh at the fact that I just said speaking of money, after saying I don't ask people for money. Speaking of money, let me shill for money for a minute here. There's something new coming for members starting Sunday. I teased it a little bit. We remember, if you guys remember, earlier in season 5, I was doing WWE Live, and I was enjoying it. I was having a good time with it. Oh, there it is. It's just Keith Lee yeeting Adam Cole out of existence, is what it is. But yeah, anyway, yeah, no, what I was gonna say is just shilling for money for a moment. If you remember, guys, we were doing WWE Live for a while, for most of the season, and so I and Ray and I, we discussed it, and I can't share any graphics yet because I don't have any yet. But starting this Sunday, hold on. See if I can just do this. See if I can get like a graphic. Yeah, here we go. Just let me open the image in a new tab. This is the best I can do. All right, just like, look. Starting this Sunday, alternating Sundays, members are going to get LS11 Universe, Heat, and Velocity. So, to give reference, starting this Sunday, Heat will essentially be a mini episode of Raw. So, a mini episode starring the stars of Raw. Velocity will be like a mini episode starring the stars of SmackDown. And these will actually have like storyline significance. Like, it's not going to be a it's not going to Heat and Velocity. It's not going to be a situation where oh well, if you're not a member, then you're not going to know what the hell's going on in the series. That's not what it's going to be at all. It's going to be like, oh well, what is, let's look at the Raw roster here. What is, I don't know, fucking, what is Carlito doing right now? He's not really doing anything on Raw. Oh, if you go over to Heat, he's in the middle of a story that's on Heat with Ridge Holland. And they're in a feud over on Heat. And it'll all just be kind of self-contained there. And it might tie into the main series eventually. Like, if something happens like a new team forms on Heat, they'll start appearing on Raw together. And it'll be like, oh, well, if you want to see their humble beginnings as a team, go become a member and watch Heat. And that kind of stuff. So, like, this week, Sunday is going to be my first episode of Heat, which I'm really excited about, and it's going to be the Street Profits versus Chase U. It is, yes, these will count towards the win-loss records. Street Profits versus Chase U, Carlito versus Ridge Holland, or no, not Carlito versus Ridge Holland. Carlito versus Dexter Loomis, and Roxanne Perez defending the women's world title against Zelina Vega. JT says, wait, alternating Sundays? Yes, so you get Heat one week, Velocity the next. I'm doing Heat, Ray's doing Velocity. This way, we're not each producing a whole extra episode a week. The Dinky and Bubby show says, hi, I'm Carter. Hello, Carter. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there with Heat and Velocity. I'm really excited about it. And so it's going to be like 1 week you get, so this week you're going to get Heat, next week you get Velocity. 2 weeks you'll get Heat, the following week you get Velocity. So on and so forth. I'm really excited about it. Like, I'm only doing 3 matches a week. I don't know what Ray's gonna do. I don't control Ray, obviously. Ray is a force of nature, and I will never attempt to quell it or control it. It's simple as that. Ray is unpredictable. Velocity was a Tuesday night show. This isn't canonically accurate. I want a refund. Will there be Heat and Velocity graphics just in case, like on the bottom of Raw and SmackDown? I haven't thought of that. I really haven't. And I haven't thought of that because I haven't thought of it. Simple as that. I'll talk to Ray about it. I might do it for Heat. And I probably won't, like, I don't know if I'll, because the same way I didn't, like, give the live results for, like, WWE live events until, like, months later. But, like, I don't know. That's a really good question, though. It's a really good idea. Because, like, the idea is, like, I want people to at least, like, have interest in the show. Because there's going to be, like, segments and stuff. And it's going to kind of be like what main event is. It's going to be like what main event was in, like, 2013. Excuse me. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of like what main event was in 2013, where like you had the IC title change hands on main event once, and like I'm not gonna say that like oh if you don't become a member you're gonna miss like 7 title changes this season. Like, will a title ever change hands on Heat? Maybe once, like to try and just to see if I can pop a membership or two, like get a couple people to consider memberships because of it. But like I'm not going to be like, oh, well, every title change is happening behind a paywall now. Like, no, I mean, same way title changes happen at live events sometimes. Let's see. So a little time reference here, everybody. Axiom was officially the NXT North American champion for 157 days, making him the second longest reigning North American champion. I might have said United States the first time. If I did, my bad. But anyway, Axiom held the North American title for 157 days, making him the second longest reigning North American champion in LS11 history, behind Karrion Kross, who had it for 280 days. The shortest reigning North American champion is Alexander Wolf and Kyle O'Reilly at 56 days each. Oops. But yeah, like I'm also going to use Heat to like test the waters for people I'm going to call up eventually. Like, if you see someone start appearing on Heat or me advertising, like, oh, who's someone that's not even close to a call up right now in Alice Living Universe? Oh, Ethan Page is appearing on Heat more and more. Well, that just means we're getting him ready to bring him up to the main roster. Or oh, Javon Evans, that's a good one because I really like Javon Evans, but I don't. But I was talking to Ray, like, I feel like Javon Evans is gonna be like the guy in LS Living NXT for the next few years. Like the guy we keep there for at least a little while to help build the brand around. But yeah, you'll love to see it. Axiom had a hell of a reign. Yeah, had a hell of a reign. I personally think he had the best NXT North American title reign. Like, I'd say Axiom had the best. Just kind of looking at it because I've got the history right in front of me. Hold on, I'm gonna publish the website real quick. All right, cool. All the changes that were made tonight are now. Wait for it. Wait for it. Done. All right, cool. Website's now live. The Swerve Championship title win shocked me. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it shocked me too. Genuinely, like I didn't know it was happening because like I don't produce Dynamite, as I'm sure you're aware. Like I'm not in charge of Dynamite. Never have been, never will be. Never have been isn't the case. Um, but haven't been in over a year. I just realized I didn't put the AEW TBS title in. So website's a little wonky right now. I have one quick thing to fix before I get told about it 9,000 times. So patience, everybody. I gotta take care of that first. Feels nice seeing Swerve with the title though, since his TNA championship win. Yeah, it really is nice to have him with a belt again. He's also the first person to hold the TNA and AEW world titles in LS11 Universe, I believe. Yeah, because AEW's gone MJF, then it went to Darby, then it went to Kenny, then it went to Cole, then it went to Jay, and then it went to Kenny again, then it just went to Swerve. Yeah, so like Adam Cole held the WWE title, or the World Heavyweight title in WWE, and then, you know what I mean. You fucking know what I mean. There we go. Okay. Fix that real quick. All right. And once it finishes up, then the website will be actually good to go. Cool. But yeah, I'm really excited for all the stuff that we're doing this season. You know, season 6. It's the most I'm really getting to talk about season 6 now that the first week has actually happened. Because, like, it's been a chaotic first week of the season. It might have been the most chaotic first week we've ever had in LS11 Universe. Also, Saquon Sugars, Lucky Ali from DPW, will be in it. Will be huge in NXT when he returns from injury. Oh, I didn't know he'd signed. Cool. Also, I'm gonna check real quick. Has WWE uploaded an official Jacob Fatu render yet? My guess is no, because it took them forever. Hold on, we gotta have the thing pulled up, because it took them forever with Guerrillas of Destiny. Yeah, no Jacob Fatu yet, but that's okay. Swerve's Impact World Championship reign was kind of underrated. Yeah, it just gets overshadowed because it's the final thing that happened before Samoa Joe had the belt for 511 days, which crazy that reign wasn't even supposed to be a year long. That reign was supposed to be like 6, 8 months long, if even. It was supposed to go Slammiversary to Bound for Glory, and that was it. Same way, like the same way Joe Hendry went Bound for Glory to Slammiversary. I really haven't been drinking enough water tonight. Stay hydrated. But yeah, no, like kind of crazy. I love the Hardy versus Swerve match though. It was so good. It was, man. Like it was. I was on vacation, I think, when that happened. Was that when I was on vacation? No, that was the week after I got back. Yeah, the Reign of Utter Terror. It was a really good reign. Like it's one of the best reigns in LS11 history, in my opinion, at least. But it was really long and dominant. Like Guy didn't lose a single match in that time. Like the only thing oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I just opened up Pro Wrestling Mods for a minute. Oh my god. Call Life, you absolute fucking madman. Call Life, you absolute madman. Look at him. He looks so cool. But I opened up Pro Wrestling Mods, so let's just see if there's any cool mods tonight before we call it a night. Future ARW World Champion Donkey Kong right there. Watch out, Homelander. He's coming for you. How did I do Joe Hendry's entrance? Mods, genuinely, like, well, a mix of mods and editing. Like, I've got a mod that puts his Titantron in the game. Now I've got a mod that puts him in the game. And then just I've got a thing set up, like genuinely, like I've just jump scare warning, by the way, volume warning, by the way. Like I've just got a thing set up in OBS, which is the app I used to record, where that way if I go say his name
and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Plays. Like, I mean, I've just got a mod set up, or I've got a thing set up for that anytime. Like, it's not like when I say the phrase, say his name, that happens. I've just got a separate tab set up in OBS that is called say his name, that I just have immediately above the universe window, because Joe Hendry just appears almost every week in LS11 Universe. Like, he had the second most matches in Season 5. Actually, I can give you guys actual stats on this now. Let me show you guys this. I made this. I have not shared it yet, I don't think. Maybe I have. Yes, it is actually shared publicly. It's in the Discord, though. But I made this last week. It is a spreadsheet, obviously. There we go. I'm gonna move myself. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. I'm gonna move myself over here for a minute. But it is a spreadsheet, and it ranks everyone's season 5, and it ranks it in terms of who had the most matches. It's currently ranking in terms of who had the most matches, but you could rank it by who had the most wins. Whoops, that's the wrong way. Which would be Seth Rollins with 34, who had the most losses. Liv Morgan with 18. Wow. Who had the most draws, which should be like 2 people. Yeah, Carmelo Hayes, Adam Cole, Ashanti Adonis, and Samoa Joe. Did I not give Samoa Joe his draw? No, I did not. Who had the most total matches? Johnny Gargano with 44. Who had the best win percentage? And there's quite a lot of people that had 100%, but that's because notice everyone that had 100% win-loss record had have only had 1 match in the season, which would be Tanvir Vidal, What's the Status, Josiah, Jade, Fishbone, all from LSWF, El Generico, Zilla, and Lance from LAW, Hikari Goto, Evil from New Japan, Mercedes Martinez, Serena Deeb. Yeah. And then you could also just go by ranking, which is how I had it originally. Actually, that fucks it up. Ranking was done like this. There we go. Yeah, it's just a cool thing I made. And I don't have like an actual easy way to access it outside the Discord, but I'm working on it for season 6 too. I'll go through and do it for season 6 as well. And essentially it's gonna record everyone in the season. And it's just gonna be like at the end of the year we can look back and we can be like, all right, well, who had the best record this season? Who had the best do I still have that picture of the thing? Oh, I don't know, do I? Let me check. I probably deleted it, quite honestly. I know what you're talking about, Peter. Yeah, no, I deleted it. Um, I unfortunately deleted it because we officially closed our StreamYard account this week because it was $25 a month that was kind of getting wasted. And that's very tight money when I pay $200 a month for insurance, $200 a month for a car. So $400 a month goes to my car, $500 a month goes to living here, about another $150 a month go to utilities and subscriptions. You add all that up and paying over $1,000 a month just to live. So that 25 a month on StreamYard was not really doing much for me. So I got rid of it. But for those that don't know what Pierre's talking about with the thing picture, um, funniest fucking clip in LS11 history. Like it has overtaken the glitch with the Undisputed Era from season 2. The funniest clip in LS11 history is this.
Like, here's the thing. If I did, I. What was that about?
You said, "Here's the thing," and so I put up a picture of the thing. That's what I was so laser focused over here on for the last few minutes.
So kept saying, here's the thing.
Yes.
Well, you see, Xander, here's the thing. God damn it. Now we have this. I was first dealing with say his name. Oh!
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Like, here's the thing.
Which, if you're wondering what he meant by first, we were dealing with say his name. Earlier in the stream, this happened.
Yeah, and so to give you an idea, so now we can say his name, not that.
I'm not doing. Look, hands
Not
are on the
that.
keyboard. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Put the other hand up right goddamn now.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, and so to give you
Oh man. I think it's funny how the dynamic has shifted so much in the 5 years we've been doing this. Um, it's still fucking hilarious. It is because like he'd been saying, "Here's the thing," all stream, and like I say my own things like that. Like I go but a lot, and I say I digress and stuff like that. And anyway, I always go like anyway a lot, and I know that. But Ray says, "Here's the thing," a lot when we're doing like these kind of retrospective things. I was like, I'm gonna mess with him a little. I'm just gonna mess with him. And I didn't expect it to fuck him up in the head that bad, because like now when he says here's the thing, he goes, "I'm sorry. I'm like, you can say here's the thing. I just wanted to fuck with you." Um I did not realize my Chick-fil-A box had been here like the whole time. I'll throw that away and I'll throw that away after stream. But yeah, no, like it was just I wanted to mess with him, and that was it. I wasn't supposed to fuck with him that much. And so we did that, and then he calls back to the say his name bit from earlier, where he accidentally said the phrase, realized what he said, but it was too late. Just I love the put that other hand up, right, God, say his name, and it's so good, so good. Oh my god, I'm gonna go to bed here in a minute because like I got a big day ahead. I gotta set Staying Alive to upload as well, so I gotta go do that. I gotta set Staying Alive to upload, and I gotta make a thumbnail for it, which I don't know how I'm gonna do, but I'll figure it out. Man, we are having a great month on the channel. Like, really, I could not do everything I'm doing without all of you guys, and I thank each and every one of you that, like, comes in and tunes in for these streams. Because, like, these streams are, like, the dumbest part of the week, and I am very well aware of that. But they are so fun for me. I have so much fun with these streams every week. And it gives me just a chance to connect with all of you guys. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm uploading Staying Alive right now. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up and move on for the night. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow for